In the modern world of dating, the biggest challenge the happy relationship faces comes down to two words: social media. And the latest trend is testing your partner to see if they are husband or wife material, courtesy of creative TikTok users.
I really thought he was going to say something cute and sweet. Obviously, he did not respond that way.
But is this the right move?
What are you doing? No! No!
Are TikTok relationship tests saving people from bad relationships?
Like, you're not even that special, that's the thing.
Or are they causing otherwise good relationships to end?
My ex-boyfriend said the main reason that he broke up with me is because I brought up the orange peel theory.
These tests are unvetted and, well, see for yourself how they can be ruining your dating pool. Let's begin with the first out of 5 relationship tests. Can a simple condiment predict if you have a good partner? The ketchup test says yes, but experts say otherwise. But first, here's how it works. While recording, one partner squeezes a dollop or more of ketchup on the kitchen counter.
What are you doing? No! No!
What the
And the testing part?
Can you clean it up for me?
What's your first move?
Seems easy enough, right? Just a scoop and wipe, along with some cleaning spray, was the correct way to win the test. Even Heinz joined in on the fun, with the only way we know how to clean it, with fries. But of course, it wouldn't be a TikTok trend if someone didn't royally screw up. Those who failed the test missed the cleaning part and instead created a bigger mess. Minus points for wasting too much paper towel and not sanitizing the surface. But perhaps the worst video is the video that started it all, posted on December 26th by TikToker Catherine Castaneda. He stresses me out. This is why I do the cleaning. She captioned her video with over 34 million views. Instead of allowing the sauce to soak into the paper towel or wiping it into the nearby sink, her fiancé spread hot sauce around the counter with paper towels. And despite grabbing more paper towels, the mess continued to smear until the once white counter became an orange color. Just take a look at this before and after. The video cuts there, leaving it unclear if he went back in with cleaning spray. Viewers were not impressed, even taking shots at the fiancé. It's like I'm watching a toddler finger paint. That's your man? While it's clear some partners lack basic domestic labor skills, what was the test really supposed to expose? According to viewers, those who created bigger messes were likely doing this on purpose, a behavior many labeled weaponized incompetence. To put it simply, it's when someone knowingly or unknowingly demonstrates an inability to perform or master certain tasks, thereby leading others to take on more work, according to Psychology Today. And the truth is, it does negatively impact a relationship. This study from 2016 found when one partner takes on more of the stereotypical household chores, it can cause stress. And if the other partner is pretending to suck at certain tasks just to get out of them, that piles on more stress, disappointment, and exhaustion on the partner, typically in charge of the chores. A phenomenon researchers called the process of housework resignation, something many viewers seem to have experience with, as they were more than confident when cautioning fellow TikTokers to take this as a sign to dump their partner. While weaponized incompetence can be straining on a relationship, it's unlikely the ketchup test is an indicator of that, without taking into account the entire relationship dynamic. After all, this test has some faults of its own.
Is he dumb, or are you a jerk for intentionally making a mess and trying to see how he can fix it?
And some partners weren't having it.
Will you clean that for me?
No, you're the one who did it.
Rebecca Coopersmith, a licensed clinical social worker and certified sexuality educator, also expressed concern in an article with Today.com, writing, "What I dislike most about this challenge is that it does put one person in a one-up position instead of in a partnership. It's just a way to engender resentment. Instead of playing games with your partner at their expense, you can play your favorite mobile games and get rewarded With today's sponsor, Missed Play. Do you want to treat yourself to guilty pleasures like takeout and makeup hauls without the guilt? Do you play mobile games like Word Collect, Solitaire, or those item sorting games? Well, we do. And those are some of our favorite games we found on Missed Play. By downloading games through Missed Play, you can play and earn gift cards for places like Amazon, Cineplex, Uber Eats, Sephora, and more. But Missed Play doesn't just have our favorite games. We've also discovered a bunch of great puzzle games, strategy games, tycoon games, and even coloring apps on Missed Play that are a nice way to relax before bed, all while earning points that you can then redeem for gift cards of your choice. Get 200 bonus points for signing up today. Plus, use our code SPILL100 inside the Missed Play app to get an additional 100 extra points, which will help towards redeeming your first gift card. See the description below for all the details. Visit missplay.com/spill or click the link in the description to download Missed Play for free. Now back to the story. But what if you take out the power dynamics and perform a test purely on relationship dynamics? Enter the second relationship test, the Beckham test, a TikTok trend inspired by an adorable scene from Netflix documentary Beckham, where soccer player David Beckham and his wife Victoria Beckham, a Spice Girl alumna, are seen dancing to Islands in the Stream, sung by Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers.
Why I feel happy now is I feel really content now.
The clip, paired with Victoria's touching words, had viewers feeling all warm and fuzzy, with comments like, "the type of relationship that I want." And so, the Beckham test was born. The partner performing the test will dance to the same song while filming, without any introduction, waiting to see if their partner will join them, hoping they mimic David Beckham's spontaneous participation. Most partners pass taking notice of their partner's joy, and likely the heartfelt lyrics that filled the room. We ride it together, making love with each other, islands in the stream. That is what we are, no one in between. It didn't matter if it was at work, in the middle of cooking, or just relaxing. A lot of partners connected at this moment. Some were even smitten with the romantic setup, going in for a hug and kiss. Marriages of 16 years, 36 years, and even elderly couples also showed off that they still got that special something. And it appears celebrity Kevin Bacon and his wife may have won the test altogether with their electric chemistry. The test became so popular, David Beckham himself was seen commenting on at least one video, passing a boyfriend for his participation. Of course, not everyone aced the test. These girlfriends, all smiles, were quickly disappointed when their partners seemed more interested in their phones than the vibrant energy of the room, alive with music and dance. But the worst of the failed tests had the audience gasping, garnering over 6 million views. TikToker Naomi Cormack began filming in the kitchen in the middle of breakfast, her partner staring directly into the camera. As the song played, Naomi danced with a dishcloth over her shoulder and a bagel in hand. Her partner watched silently, giving what appears to be a half smile. This failed reaction had the internet shocked and drawing their own conclusions about Naomi's boyfriend. Saw the ick in his eyes. He's on his way out and she doesn't even know it. No offense, but he looks totally not interested in what you're doing. Even suspecting her boyfriend of cheating, writing, check his phone. Others went so far as to call him a red flag and urging Naomi to run and find a new man. Naomi, on the other hand, was replying to many negative comments, explaining her side of the situation. Guys, he's laughing. He just didn't know what was going on, lol. He danced to it after he knew what it was about. No, he's a golden boy. But others alleged her partner's laugh looked more like a lip curl, a sign of disgust. As for being clueless, viewers explained that was the whole point, and he was supposed to match the energy. And all this back and forth didn't help Naomi's case. As one person alleged, poor thing is trying to cope. As you can see, those who failed the Beckham test meant they weren't husband and wife material, according to TikTok users. But like the ketchup theory, it's not backed up by any science. In fact, many people who failed the test seem to come down to situational reasons, whether that be a hungry wife ready to eat dinner, a fiancé settled in bed while reading a book, or a boyfriend who saw the camera rolling and backed out. So, who's to say there aren't other romantic moments in their lives? Without all of TikTok watching. While the first two tests seem to appear out of nowhere, the third test is actually based on research. Yes, TikTokers swear by the bird test. In a video that's been viewed nearly 5 million times, TikToker Alyssa shared how surprised she was that people were unaware of the bird test, explaining how amazing it is.
I live and die by the bird test, okay? Because it never fails.
So, what are the rules? Essentially, they pass if
you say something that could be deemed like insignificant and your partner responds with like genuine curiosity, like what woodpecker, where?
And they fail if they.
But if they like blow you off, they don't acknowledge you and they're just like, oh, cool, like a woodpecker, that's a really bad sign.
Alyssa gave a personal example when she was testing a new friend, explaining they were hanging out at a coffee shop when Alyssa pointed out a woodpecker outside. The friend was super into it, asking where it was, and they both ended up glued to that window, even Googling woodpecker facts together. While this concept is typically used to test romantic relationships, Alyssa confirms this works on friends and family too.
That girl and I, still homies as
Viewers were captivated, writing, "This is my Roman Empire." So, TikTok users were in and began testing their partners, using any seemingly random topic, from a bird.
Oh, look, a bird. Up there.
To a squirrel.
Look! Your favorite squirrel. Look. You see?
To a long story with many derailments.
And I go, oh no, my charger is in my other bag that I left in my car. My phone was dead. So we had to go all the way back and get my bag.
You have great friends.
I do.
Even former Bachelorette Michelle Young put her romantic interest to the test.
There's a cardinal.
Where?
You passed. Aw, you care if I see cardinal outside?
One couple melted the hearts of viewers with one of the more interactive and romantic responses.
Look. A heart rock.
Oh my gosh. That is so perfect. Let me take a picture from her. Perfect heart rock. Perfect girl.
This test has yet to capture a major fail on camera, but the comments section are full of stories. My soon-to-be ex, narcissistic husband, even had an automatic opposite response. He would ignore or pull a judgmental face. Then, if I pressed him for a response, his response was always, "Cool story, bro." My ex responded with, "Meh," when I asked him to come look at the giant pinkish fat full moon one evening. One of many reasons he's my ex. So my ex is getting upset if I got excited about a bird outside, or anything wasn't good. As TikTok comments have pointed out, the conversation isn't limited to birds, nor is it called a bird test, but rather a bid for connection, a term coined by Dr. John Gottman, a psychologist studying relationships for over 40 years. And a bid isn't limited to just verbal communication. It can also be physical gestures or nonverbal cues, like eye contact or smiling. Essentially, when one partner puts out a bid for connection, the other partner either engages by turning toward or dismisses by turning away. Dr. Julie, who also collaborated on the study, explained how a bid works.
But, it doesn't take much. You don't have to have an enthusiastic turning toward where you whip out your bird book, All you need is, oh, wow, that's cool.
Dr. Gottman found that couples who regularly interact and engage with each other tend to last longer. The proof? Results from Dr. Gottman's 1998 study on 130 newlyweds over a 6-year term revealed that the couples who lasted turned towards each other 86% of the time. And those who ended up in failed marriages turned away from each other 67% of the time. Still, should you really throw away an entire relationship because your partner didn't reciprocate your bid for connection? Well, as the numbers show, there are outliers, and several TikTok users confirm this by explaining their exes who passed the bird test still turned out to be a bad match. My ex stopped one day mid-drive because I mentioned how nice the moon looked. He drove around and found a perfect view for us so he can see better. Still cheated. On the other hand, there are factors that come into play. As these commenters suggested, sometimes I may be having a bad day, distracted, or focusing on something else. Not fair, because I love birds. But if he was like, look at sports, I would not look. LOL. If different interests is what stops you from succeeding in the bird tests, then the fourth relationship test shouldn't have many setbacks. It's TikTok's husband test. Well, Actually, this one gets pretty messy if you're not on the same page in your relationship. Check it out. It's fairly simple. A girlfriend, often while taking a pretend phone call, will purposely slip up and call their boyfriend their husband.
Oh, and my husband also likes y'all's strawberry lemonade that y'all have there.
Of course, the appropriate response is enthusiasm over the upgrade in status.
Yes. And then what do you want to drink?
Her husband would like a large Coke.
My husband's so silly, guy.
I'm her husband.
And hey, a bit of unbridled joy wouldn't hurt.
He's a husband? I'm the husband.
You call me husband?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
By now, you've probably predicted it. Someone's always going to screw up the TikTok trend. See, a now deleted upload from TikToker Kenzie Green proved that in the husband test, there were indeed wrong answers.
Okay, today I'm gonna be guessing my husband's favorite things.
I'm not your husband.
Yes, it was a response that had viewers covering their mouths in shock. Analyzing the relationship.
Not yet, Kens.
I don't know if it's how quickly he responded, how offended he was when he did respond, or the fact that he went in for the good old-fashioned fist bump when he did respond, but something about it seems off.
And providing sisterly advice.
If your man says, I'm not your husband, after you said, okay, today I'm gonna be guessing my husband's favorite things, I think you should start a fight.
See, it wasn't what the boyfriend had said, but the way he said it that had alarm bells ringing across the internet.
If I ever called my boyfriend my husband and he was like, no, I'm not your husband, he would be my ex. That reaction was diabolical.
The quickness with which he cleared that up, baby, that man does not like you. That man low-key hates you. High-key, actually. And there's probably someone watching and he wanted to clear that up, so there was no discrepancies with the other girl.
Without a beat, that man said, "You are temporary. How dare you?"
In fact, it was a scene that was a little too familiar.
Okay, today I'm gonna be guessing my husband's favorite things.
I'm not your husband.
I know, but why do you sound so definitive about it?
I wasn't being definitive.
It sounded like it.
No, I mean, she just asked a question.
That you didn't have to answer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But you did.
I don't understand what we're arguing about.
You and your tone.
And while Kenzie deleted the video, that didn't stop viewers from flooding the comment sections of the TikToker's other uploads to ask for updates and whether they're still together, question how she can trust him, and theorize whether infidelity had something to do with his response. Even Kenzie's Valentine's Day montage of clips of herself and her partner, captioned, "Life with your person," was targeted, as one user surmised. Nope, he definitely not your person. He made that pretty clear to the whole world. In response to the feedback, Kenzie posted multiple since deleted videos, attempting to ease viewers' minds.
I just showed my boyfriend the comments on the video that I posted a few days ago where all of you were canceling him for good.
And familiar with the way this tends to play out.
Every day, a woman gets on here and shows us her ain't man, and then when people are like, "Hey, sister, red flag perhaps," she's like defending him with her life.
Some abandoned the cause, hoping Kenzie would get the memo on her own time.
Look, y'all, we told her, we tried our best. What else are we supposed to do? Reach in the phone and drag her out? Y'all just let her be. She'll get it eventually, okay?
But others kept commenting, and it wasn't long before Kenzie posted another rebuttal.
Obviously, the situation has not died down. As you can tell by just clicking on any of my videos that have nothing to do with that, that's all people want to talk about.
The TikToker admitted that her boyfriend's response to the test had caught her off guard.
I really thought he was going to say something cute and sweet. Obviously, he did not respond that way. And I was like, everybody else said something so cute and you said, "I'm not your husband." And we just died laughing because obviously that was what the video was supposed to be.
But according to Kenzie, the internet had nothing to worry about since she wouldn't have posted the video if she'd actually been hurt by what he said.
So yeah, that's why I posted it, because I was not concerned with his answer, because I know that he does like me, and loves me and wants to be married to me.
And while she thanked viewers for their concern, she made it clear that she could handle her own relationship from here on out.
I know where my relationship stands, so you don't need to tell me to break up with him, because if I felt the need to break up with him, I would without the opinion of the internet.
Of course, that didn't stop internet users from giving their opinion anyway, with comments on Kenzie's videos, including, When you gotta over-explain, deep down you know. Are you convincing us, or you? And denial is a river in Egypt. Still, there are those who have defended the couple, claiming that one comment doesn't make them incompatible, and that users were too quick to judge and attack relationships they knew nothing about. Plus, they weren't husband and wife.
You are dating, you are not engaged, you are not married. I don't really think it's that big of a deal.
And to some, that fact alone put every woman who participated in the husband test in the wrong.
Think because I gave him my body, because we've been going on dates, because we do relationship stuff, because we act like we're married, because we live together, he's my husband. That's not your husband. That's not your husband. Stop putting titles on things that does not belong.
And if forcing labels is controversial, just wait until you see the 5th relationship test. An act of service apparently so meaningful, it has couples officially calling it quits. Move over, crystal orb. TikTok has found a new circular object for forecasting the future of relationships. The humble orange. Yes, according to the trending orange peel theory, a great deal can be gleaned from this piece of fruit, specifically the depth of a partner's love.
Basically, the way you do this test is you hand your partner an orange or ask them to do something small for you that you are fully capable of doing yourself, and you ask them to peel it for you.
And the partner's response to that request? Well, it tells the internet everything it needs to know.
If they're willing to peel an orange for you, then this small act of service and your partner's willingness to do so is supposed to indicate a healthy relationship. But if they refuse, then it's a major red flag.
Because sometimes in a relationship, it's the small things that say a lot.
It might not literally be about peeling the orange. More so, they're asking you for a small favor to see your reaction, to see if later they can ask you for bigger favors. And how are you going to make them feel when they ask you to do that for them?
But where does this trend come from? Well, it's believed the orange peel theory is based on a viral TikTok slideshow that was posted in early November 2023 of text messages between two exes reminiscing over their relationship. One message read, "I miss when you would peel my oranges for me in the morning," with the sender adding that they still get juice all over and stab their nails too deep. In the final screenshot of the sentence, "I peeled my orange today," appeared in green, suggesting their ex blocked them and never received the text. And just like that, someone peeling your orange for you came to symbolize so much more.
This might sound like a tiny little stupid trend, but to be honest, it's a pretty accurate representation of how the relationship is going to go.
Which meant when it came to this digital age riddle,
I am perfectly capable of peeling the orange.
I know that. I'm not saying you're not.
Will you peel the orange?
Do you need me to peel the orange for you? Are you asking me to peel you? You want me to go to the store, buy an orange, and peel it?
If I have an orange,
okay,
will you peel it?
There was only one correct response. Naturally, there were partners that passed this test with flying colors by following the task to a T.
I feel like I want to eat an orange.
We have orange in the fridge.
In the fridge?
We have orange. We want orange.
Yes, please.
With only some lighthearted teasing.
The thing I do for you, woman.
And there were even those who went above and beyond to please their partner.
I love you.
You cut them up for me?
Like a son. Where would I even begin? At 2:37 in the morning in Las Vegas.
I don't know. Would you go to the store and get me an orange?
Duh.
Would you peel it?
Should I try a piece to make sure it's not poison?
However, as husbands and boyfriends alike have proven, there's more than one way this test can go wrong.
I really feel like an orange.
What do you mean?
I really feel like an orange.
How do you feel like an orange?
I feel like
Well, how do you feel like an orange?
I really want an orange right now.
Like the fruit?
Yes.
Since when do you eat fruit?
I don't know, I'm just craving an orange.
Oh my gosh, you're not pregnant, are you?
No, oh my god, no, why would you say that?
What would you want an orange for?
But I just really feel like one, it's like a craving.
Get it then.
But I don't want to. I don't want to peel it.
Just don't have an orange.
And while some partners might have thought this was unthinkable to flat out refuse such a simple request.
Like some couples, the boyfriend's like, do it yourself.
What kind of guy just asking no, do it yourself?
Date a Turkish guy.
Some over-the-top reactions suggested otherwise.
I can do it myself, but like the point is that you would do it for me as like an act of service.
But then you wake up and you realize, you know, that you can actually just do it yourself. And like, you're not even that special. That's the thing. It's like, get that in your skull, dude. Like, you're really not that special.
Okay, then I'll just peel this orange for myself then.
Alright, go ahead. Oh, took you long enough.
Do you even love me anymore? Do you even want to be in this relationship anymore? So you can't even peel an orange for me?
I don't love you when you ask me to peel a damn orange for you. That's why I caught it. Here, take the damn orange back.
I don't even want it anymore.
Okay.
But while some users have called these partners out and others suspected these uploads were scripted rage bait, a portion of the backlash currently online isn't directed at any reaction from a significant other, but the trend altogether.
The problem with this theory is if you're going to do it to your partner, you're not a very good partner. This is because you're running a test against your partner and categorizing their response as good or bad in your head without telling your partner that it's all a test to begin with.
I don't know about you guys, but who the hell wants to be tested by their partner like this?
A lot of y'all are out here playing stupid relationship games, and you're going to be upset when you win stupid prizes.
And so, with tensions rising as some users argued that the orange peel theory had gone too far.
Here's the thing, if my wife handed me an orange and asked me to peel it, I would do it in a second with no questions asked. I wouldn't even think twice about it. But if I then found out that she was doing it as a test and that she recorded it and was posting it on the internet to show people this test that she put me through, instant divorce.
And others proposed that the trend hadn't gone far enough.
Don't make it easy on them. Asking them to peel it and them saying yes is like no thought, basic exchange. You want to know if they would do it for you without being asked.
Relationships began to buckle under the pressure. In one Reddit post, a 25-year-old woman confessed that her 31-year-old boyfriend's complaints about the orange peel theory were making her uncomfortable. The user explained she had lost her husband and had been with her now boyfriend for a year and a half. I love this man, but this is starting to hurt my feelings, and the way he so obviously feels attacked is making me feel gross, she wrote. I don't know why he's so offended, if I'm being honest. This is not a thing that happens for us. I don't test him, and I'm always respectful and considerate to him. I would say I do a lot of things for him, with or without him asking, just because I like making his day better and his life easier. However, his reaction to the viral theory made her wonder if her boyfriend resented being asked to do the same, with a few past incidents springing to mind. In one example, the couple had been heading to a party after a pet the girlfriend's late husband had gotten her passed away. She was crying, and her boyfriend asked how he could make her feel better. I'm a big sap, and it makes me smile, so I asked him if he could romantically ask to hold my hand. He just said, "Can I hold your hand?" And I laughed and said, "More romantic than that?" This made him mad, and he roughly grabbed my hand and started walking. I started tearing up, and he told me I was being mean, only apologizing because by the time we got to the venue, I was crying hard despite trying to hold it together. Another time, she said her boyfriend brought up coming to stay with her after seeing his parents, something he seemed positive about, until the girlfriend expressed that she'd appreciate his visit since she wasn't feeling well and missed him. "I'll come, but I'm leaving first thing in the morning, so don't ask me to stay longer," he had said. According to the user, these and several other instances made his reaction to the trend hurtful. However, despite the advice she'd received on Reddit, she added in an update that she wasn't ready to leave the relationship. But while the poster wasn't willing to call it quits in this scenario, that didn't mean the orange peel theory hadn't been the final straw for some relationships. In one case, this involved a boyfriend who disagreed with the trend, pulling the plug on his relationship.
My ex-boyfriend said the main reason that he broke up with me is because I brought up the orange peel theory and he thought it was ridiculous. And you know what? I would like someone who wants to peel an orange for me. Really would. Not gonna ask you to. I just want to know that you would.
In another case, it was the slighted girlfriend who ended her relationship with her boyfriend of 7 months over the trend. In a Reddit post, the user explained that in a play on the orange peel theory, she had asked her boyfriend to tie her hair up for her, and he refused. I asked him again, thinking it was just a fluke, but he told me that I could do it since I was in the kitchen and he needed to relax, stating that he just got off work. She wrote, "I know what y'all are thinking. Let that man relax, he just got off. Y'all, he works from home, and even if he was truly tired, he has plenty of energy to play games and go out to the bar with his friends." Still, this wasn't enough to make her want to leave the relationship. Not yet, anyway. But then, later that day, when she asked her boyfriend to toss her a towel from the dryer after her shower, and he again denied her request, the girlfriend couldn't help thinking of all the labor she'd provided for him, including looking after his 1-year-old daughter that wasn't biologically hers. So, she took off her rose-colored glasses and acknowledged the clear imbalance in the relationship. "I just let out everything I was thinking and feeling. He looked very confused, but then changed his tune and started blaming me, saying I was waiting too long to tell him this and that his daughter is already bonded to me. She is around 1. I'm not sure what to do. I went home and my phone was filled with messages from his mom saying that I needed to step up and be a good mom and future wife. The thing is, I don't want to be either. But while the trend might have helped expose unhealthy relationship dynamics in these examples, how seriously should the internet be taking the orange peel theory? Well, according to relationship psychologist Charisse Cook, not very. Relationship tests are not really fair because they don't take into account context, the situation, personality, or another person's intentions and motivations, Charisse told Vice in an interview this January. However, this isn't to say there's nothing to be learned from the orange peel theory, as Charisse noted that there are times when tests can be useful if we tend to minimize issues in our partnerships and be in denial about some of the problematic aspects of our relationships. By doing a test, it can draw attention to attitudes or behaviors in a relationship that are not healthy or loving. Still, in the end, it's a lot easier to communicate with your partner rather than relying on covert tests to gauge how they feel about you.
I kind of want an orange, but I just too lazy to peel it.
Do you want me to peel it then?
No.
I'm asking you. Let's communicate.
And this begs the question, should users seriously be going to TikTok for relationship advice? Well, it probably comes down to circumstances. For some who are in toxic relationships and blind to their mistreatment, these tests can be wake-up calls. As commenters have noted, some of these challenges saved women. On the other hand, if you're in a generally happy and healthy relationship, but your partner doesn't respond the way TikTok says they should for minute-long clips.
But you're not even on the phone with anybody, bruh. So basically you told nobody I'm your husband. That's not even meaningful anymore, bro. I'm not even hungry for that.
Then you may want to consider why you feel that way. In reality, these tests seem to boil down to one thing: insecurity.
Here's the thing about testing. We do it because we feel insecure. We want some reassurance or some sense of certainty about our partner's love for us. But the problem is that testing actually exacerbates insecurity and makes it worse.
And if hundreds, even thousands of people are telling you to break up, that sort of judgment and pressure can influence you to make impulsive decisions that can damage an otherwise good relationship. At the end of the day, everyone has their bad days.
I think these tests can be fun if you don't take them too seriously, because sometimes your partner might not get it right, but it doesn't mean they're a bad person.
And you know your relationship better than anyone else.
Just because your man figured out the orange peel theory probably from TikTok and he suddenly passes the test, it doesn't mean that the woman sitting next to you is in a relationship because her husband was burnt out and thrown an orange on the couch after a long day.
The real relationship advice is to work together. As registered counselor and relationship coach Samar advises,
if you want to have a healthy relationship, you need to start working on communication, working on boundaries.
Unfortunately, there are no hard and fast rules when it comes to love, which means any social media post that claims to offer a surefire way to determine if you found Mr. or Mrs. Right should be taken with a heavy grain of salt. And while social media trends can offer a helpful perspective, these tests are hardly scientific, and treating them as such can damage the relationship that didn't need testing in the first place. This is the story of TikTok relationship tests, the viral trends that are redefining romance, one relationship at a time.